But sometimes I tell people, like, okay, you tell me you don't like me saying the word fuck or shit. Like, okay, why? And they have no explanation. Like, it's a bad word. Why? Let me ask the question one more time. Can you fucking answer for me?
The
They don't
only
have an answer
answer,
because they don't know.
no, I really think, okay, here's my whole thing about words in
Okay.
general. I do not think that people use words generally for their definitions. I
Mm.
think people reach into
Definition.
words and connect with words based on the feelings that those words hold in their bodies, like physically in their body tissues, right?
Yes.
Because I feel like almost every word we have has like an automatic good, bad feeling, and
Yes.
every nuance between and outside of that.
Yeah.
And so I really think that's how people choose their words and respond to words. And so
I
this is
think you're
why
right.
when we're having really important discussions about spirituality and deconstructing and all of that, that we're taking the time to define things, right?
Mhm.
Spirit, soul, belief, faith, like you have to know where everyone's at with that word.
Yeah.
And even then, I think what you find is the words we use to define those words, we all have somewhat different associations with, right?
Yeah.
Like, this is not a perfect system. Language is our best attempt at communicating something that is otherwise an internal experience.
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's very much a powerful tool for manipulating people,
Yes.
right? If you can tear people down with language, and that's
Hmm.
exactly what people like Herbert W. Armstrong used to do, and David C. does exactly that to emotionally tear down and manipulate the people who are already vulnerable enough to listen to him.
Yes.
And he convinces them what they already suspected, that they're evil and bad, when none of that is true. They are
Yeah.
not.
They're not.
They've been duped and taken advantage of,
Yes. Like our parents.
like our parents,
Yeah.
who have no joy.
Yeah.
It
No,
has
none.
been sucked
None.
out by these systems that control and manipulate them.
Yeah. Yeah. And for what? What do they gain out of it? They really need control that much to feel like they're special, important.
Maybe,
Like,
but it's
okay.
also avoiding the fear of the unknown, as I would
Yeah.
contend,
Mm.
all of those belief systems are.
Yeah.
I mean, the freedom in realizing, oh, we're just this funny little organic species on a rock flying through space in a fairly, from our, as far as we can tell, insignificant corner of the galaxy and an insignificant
Right.
corner of the universe. Like, I'm here for that shit. Like, when I accept that, like, great, that's where I am. Now I can go from there. But
Yeah.
when I need to like keep connecting to think that I'm part of this, some other special thing, or all of this was made for me, like it derails all of my ability to really engage right here, right now, and
Mhm.
see things for what they are, even down to language.
And look at how many different languages have been around since, the beginning of time. So many different things. Even my husband and I, being from two different continents, sometimes we struggle to communicate on something that it should be so simple, but yet when things mean different things in different parts of the world, oh my God, you can have a hell of a time because what might be a compliment in one country might be a complete insult in another.
Right. No kidding.
Right?
Yeah. I
There's
remember,
oh, go ahead.
I was going to say in college, I had a friend named Jane, but her name was actually Jaeyun, and she was from Singapore.
Hmm.
And I was on hall staff with her, and I don't know, something silly had just happened among the hall staff people, and Jane goes, "Ha ha, my toes are laughing," and we were like, "What? Your toes are laughing?" And so she had directly translated an idiom into English, or maybe she even used it in English, and it was just different because it was in Singapore, but it was like Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're so funny. Like whatever, get on with you. My toes are
Yeah.
laughing. I just thought it was so good.
That's
I
awesome.
love
I mean, you
that.
understood her, but it's just a different way of saying it.
Mm-hmm. I know, isn't that awesome?
That's awesome. And I didn't even know how many American idioms were out there until, like, when I was dating my husband, I got him this book from the library about American idioms. There were thousands in there. Like,
Yeah.
he had never heard the term break a leg before. He's like, what the fuck is that? Like,
He's
why would
like,
you
I
tell
break
someone
enough body
to
parts.
break their leg? I don't know. The curse of being married to a skydiver and snowboarder, surfer, one-wheeler, all that. Yes, bound to happen. But
Yep.
he had a broken leg when I first met him, so I think I was destined. Yeah.
At least you knew what you were getting
But
into.
anyway.